Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to Cocktails. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medina Monroe. Yeah.
Randy, even though we were already having
y'all
a
heard
whole
him,
discussion.
but we'll just talk to him later.
Y'all, Randy is fine as fuck. We're not even putting his Instagram because everybody's going to try to steal my date. And we're getting married.
Medina, I went to the bathroom for 38 seconds. And you're getting married. You said you weren't doing that no more.
I did. I'm so sorry. Okay.
You're supposed to be taking it slow and not trying to fall in love with everybody. With this, we already know what the Blonde Date Project is going to show us.
I love a fine nigga in a sweat outfit.
The
he has
Blonde Date
regular sweat clothes on. Like, it looks like you're just lounging. And I feel like when people do this and you still look good, it's like, this is a problem and you need to be my husband.
I want y'all to see this shit in action because this girl is crazy. And I see it. Now, okay, I knew I was crazy, but this is what it is. Medina, you can't do that.
Okay, I can't.
This is why we're...
Randy,
don't fuck up the Blind Date Project before it gets started.
Can you stop smiling? Because you're making me fall in love and I can't do this anymore.
You got to take it slow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got to take it slow.
Right.
I can't leave here with you.
You know what slow means?
Wake up in your bed in the morning and wonder what happened. And there's condoms everywhere. I can't do that.
I think you would know what's going on, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope so. I think
Welcome back to Cocktails, everyone. Welcome back. We're back. It's a new week. And
what the fuck just happened?
We're lit.
All right, so, yeah, we recorded a video earlier. I invited Medina over. I gave her some really strong wine. Did you like it?
I loved it. Was it rosé?
Yes, it was. From First Leaf.
I always know a good rosé.
Well, it was also pink, so I hope you knew it was rosé. Okay, so welcome back to Cocktails Dirty Discussions, you guys. I know we talked about some other stuff. What have you been up to?
Homecoming week just passed.
How was it?
I want to let you know that I don't really do like a lot of homecoming stuff. One of my friends hosted a dinner in which he paid for the whole thing. I was like, nigga, what the fuck do you do now? We went to American Cut. Nigga paid for everything. We had an open bar. They have a little private room in the back. It was like a full,
and
a
that
4-course meal.
Because I checked the prices.
I was like, what the fuck do you do, Thomas?
I was like, oh, check's not big enough yet.
Yeah. So went there. It was super dope. I wasn't going to go out to any of the festivities. Went to Compound. Didn't know if Alex was going to let me in because he fucking hates me. But I still went and just tested the waters, got in. And it was so much fun. I saw a whole bunch of like old flames. They was trying to come back in. I was like, relax. Like everybody's like, calm down. Saw a bunch of my line sisters that I haven't seen in forever. I had a really great time. I got a little bit tipsy, not drunk. I was proud of myself. Woke up in the morning. I had a photo shoot on Sunday, a very risque photo shoot. I'm really excited about it.
I can't wait to see.
It was Sunday,
right?
Are
you going to post pictures?
Definitely.
Or it's like...
I'm very scared. Okay. I told him, don't even show me the shit because I was so scared.
Okay.
But I woke up on Saturday, thought it was Sunday, called the photographer, and I was like, I'm so sorry that I woke up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Girl, I was like, I'm so sorry that I missed the photo shoot. And he was like, what are you talking about? It's on Sunday. Homecoming is too much. Niggas need to calm the fuck down. You
need to calm the fuck down. You talk about niggas. It was you. You are niggas.
It was everybody. I was like, and now that people know we do this sex show, I got bitches coming to me trying to have threesomes. I was like, y'all gotta relax. This is too much. Like, stop. Stop it. Like, I am a freak, but I'm a selective freak. Let me select you. Don't select me. I will select you.
That's our next shirt. Selective.
Let me select you. Don't just start everybody
selective.
Coming at me talking about, oh, Medina, what's up? And it was bitches. It wasn't even like, it was like women were like, what you trying to do?
Women are the ones who feel the most comfortable. I've noticed that.
Girl.
They be ready to eat the cat. Okay. And I'll be like, well, why would we not eat?
What's up?
You still up?
The third episode of Temptation Island comes out this Thursday, you guys. If you don't know it already, I'm on that show on USA Network. And the second episode, I was really nervous. Like,
Why?
Because one of the girlfriends, she said she wanted to punch me in my throat. Did you watch it?
I watched the first episode, but I haven't
watched
seen
the second episode. When her boyfriend picked me, they did the first dates for the second episode. When her boyfriend picked me, she was like, I fucking hate her. I want to punch her in her throat.
And I saw a clip where she was fucking that other dude that looks like the man from Monsters.
Somebody that night, and I'm like,
that's what I did see. Now Mallory watches the show. She loves it.
I love Mallory.
And she was like, "You didn't watch it?" I was like, "I was in mourning, bitch. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I DVR'd it. It still played, so you could get the views and the people know why I'm here. But I didn't watch it all in its entirety.
She made me nervous because there is a reunion that we have to attend, and I'm like, that bitch better not really try to punch me in my throat. I'm not about that life. It's like, calm down.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
We'll work on that behind the scenes to get a good game plan. Let's do the reality TV. I watch it all the time, so I have some ideas. I went to Dallas this weekend. I forgot something to tell you guys last week because of my distress. But I was on the Cast Facts podcast with Playjoy. That was a very interesting episode. If you guys haven't listened to his podcast, please check it out. He's not just funny on Instagram, he's funny in real life too. So check out his podcast. It's I keep saying Cast Facts. That just sounds weird, but whatever. That's his name. Cast Facts, KAS Facts podcast. It's on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, a lot of other outlets, but I was on that. And then I went to Dallas this weekend. My best friend Sandra had her baby shower and gender reveal. I'm so glad it was one event, not multiple. She's having a girl.
Extra.
And that's what a lot of
baby.
That's what a lot of people were saying. But I was like, and I was like, well, I didn't realize people did them separate and still did both. I thought that people, if they did a gender reveal, they were forfeiting the baby shower. I don't have many friends who have babies that had them like outside of high school,
I've never been to a gender reveal. I've only been to baby showers.
So it was like all in one, and it was so exciting. I'm so excited for them. Her husband was kind of nervous. She was excited, but it was so weird because when I was just there recently, she was like, I think it's going to be a girl. And so they're having a girl. I'm so excited. Send me all the sparkly baby stuff that y'all see because I'm sending it to them. I'm like, I'm going to be Auntie Diva for this baby too, even though this is not really my niece, but it's about to be. I'm just about to be so excited. Well, I am so excited. And then also, off from the baby shower, I reconnected with a friend. I told y'all how I fell out with my friend Taylor, who we went to Greece with after her birthday trip. I forgot about that. But we reconnected and it was good. And it was just so funny because when it was all said and done, if you watched my story, you saw what happened. But we went to this place called the Clover Club. Have you ever been? Mm-mm. Okay, so it's somewhere in Dallas, I don't know, probably uptown. They have a piano and a stage and curtains.
You were playing the piano.
So I found the remote. We weren't supposed to be there. I snuck back there, and she was like, "Oh, where's Kiara? Where's Kiara?" And I found the remote. I opened the curtain. I was like, "Bitch, just sing. We're gonna sing Alicia Keys, and it's gonna be so dramatic." There were people sitting in the dining room dining. And we just got on the stage like old times and we put on a show. And I was like, okay, I'm glad that we're back good. But that was so much fun. And I lost the keys to the car, my mama's car. So I had to pay a locksmith a lot of fucking money. And I've decided I'm going to be a locksmith.
Do that.
I'm going to get licensed and get my equipment. So if anybody needs locksmith services, give me about 6 weeks. I'm about to get licensed. I know how to do a few key copies. I'm about to figure it out though, because I've paid too much fucking money on new keys. And that was my weekend, but I had a good time.
That sounds like a really good time. I love going to Dallas. Y'all, we have a random special guest. His name is Randy. He said he don't be doing shit, but he's
Randy,
lying.
what do you do?
I don't do anything.
He's lying. He does something with
he be up in here,
and he has a Gucci hat on, and everybody can sit here and be like, "Oh, that don't mean nothing." It does mean something.
What does it mean?
I don't know, but it means something.
Medina, you can buy a Gucci hat.
I'm not going to though.
Okay, but you could if you were irresponsible, maybe.
I'm looking at this as a positive thing. I'm not
for you, but
thing.
Maybe if it's
we're saying not for him because you do stuff, Randy. You're lying. You're trying to be humble.
Anyway, I remember meeting Randy. Randy let me eat his chicken wings.
And
he
you're
works
lying.
in the music industry,
and you're behind the scenes, so that means you make more money.
No,
than the
it doesn't.
Artist. He's not an intern.
That doesn't mean I'm not taking a shot at you, but just because somebody is behind the scenes doesn't mean they make money.
I'm not talking about somebody. I'm talking about Randy. I've talked to him before,
we still don't know what Randy does.
High.
Anyway, Randy is a nice guy. He let me eat his chicken wings, all flats, extra crispy, Caribbean jerk with the raspberry sauce on the side. So in my mind, he is all right by me.
I just think you're very
He's a
attractive.
tourist.
I really don't even know you.
Medina's flirting very hard as per usual. And he's somewhat tall.
He's tall.
How tall are you?
6'2".
6'2".
Somewhat tall. So you're right. Okay.
I know my heights, but that's a good tall. That's not like a 5'11" and I'm really 5'9". So you're good. Anyway, before we get more into you, we're going to talk about weird sex.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
So this week, you guys, I found another creepy story. I've been trying to get back into the crime stuff and see what the fuck people are out here doing. They're fucking kids, they're fucking old people, and doing all kind of stuff that they don't need to be doing. And I just want to make you guys aware. We didn't really do a lot for domestic violence, and this is not necessarily domestic violence, but this is a violence against child.
Oh, this is weird sex? We're getting serious.
Yep. Okay. So Marissa Mowry, who was 22 at the time of the crime. So don't think it's always an old lady who's not getting her rocks off. It can be the young hoes too with no teeth. Anyway, she started molesting this unidentified victim because he's so young. We won't say his name. He was 11. Anyway, she became pregnant with his baby when he was 12. She was 22 or 23. Mowry is now 28 and the victim is 17. Their son is 5. So this is an old thing. So the former live-in caretaker pled guilty to sexual battery Wednesday in a Tampa, Florida. It's always fucking Florida. Don't move to Florida, y'all. It's just
Florida.
like
I used to live in Miami. Don't go.
And she was in fucking Tampa. That sounds even dirtier. Okay, but anyway, the court where the teenage victim and their son and the victim's mother were present, according to the Tampa Bay Times, Mowry sexually abused the boy at least 15 times. The victim's family reportedly believed Mowry was pregnant with her boyfriend's baby, not their son's baby. A DNA test later determined the preteen victim was the father. According to the victim's mom, her son has grown into one of the most amazing dads you'll ever meet. Now, I think that the jury is still out on that because I don't know how a 17-year-old person could be a great dad, but okay, I'm sure he's doing the best that he can. He takes his 5-year-old son to kindergarten in the morning before he goes to high school.
At least he's there.
And then he plays with him in the yard after they get home. So, I mean, that's good.
He doesn't have a choice but to be there. I mean, the baby mama
he could not be there.
Some people be
the baby
leaving.
Mama is in prison because she got 20 years.
Oh, for real?
Oh, for raping
she
him.
was,
Oh,
yeah,
she
she
did
raped
go to
him.
prison?
That little boy was 11 and 12 when
she
they
didn't
were
even have a
fucking.
choice.
She got 20
It's like,
years.
I
She got 20
literally
years, so
have
she's
to
in
be
there.
for
Okay,
you because
so
your mother raped me.
anyway, Maury will reportedly be a registered sex offender when she is released from prison, if she even makes it out, because we all know they don't take it lightly on the sex offenders up in there.
To figure out how can you get off on an 11-year-old?
I'm trying to understand too.
But you know what's crazy to me? And I want to ask you this, and maybe it's too personal. You can plead the fifth if you'd like. But I have met a lot of men, usually the ones who are good at sex, which I hope there's no correlation, but there may be one. They say that they have had sex at a very young age, and when they lost their virginity, a lot of time, it was making a lot of noise. A lot of time, they say that they had sex with someone much older than them. Was that your experience?
Not my first time.
Did you have an experience with somebody much older than you?
Not like my first time.
Not your first
Later
time,
on
but
in
just
life,
like
yeah.
as a child, under 18.
Can you talk in the mic?
No, I didn't.
Everybody can hear.
I didn't.
You didn't? But did you have friends maybe who did that?
I feel like the majority of my friends were, their first few girls that they were fucking was around our age.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that, because a lot of guys, not all of them, I wouldn't even say most, but a lot of guys have said like they've had sex at a very young age, and the women were so much older than them. Like they were grown, the girls were grown, and they were like underage. And I'm like,
Well, under 18 and age 21?
Like the
Yeah.
women.
Or
no, that's normal
over
there
20
now. That's not.
well, wait, why are we saying it's normal?
Rapey.
That is rapey.
It's rapey.
We
Like
want-
if you are
Okay,
Okay.
so if you're
If
15 and she's 22, what do you think that is? Do you not feel that that's rapey
It's
because you're
rapey.
tall enough?
I mean, I feel how y'all looking at it that it's rapey, but amongst my peers, I'm the shit.
And that's the problem that I think that men have, because y'all be feeling good about it. Like, you wear it as a badge of honor.
I don't think it's a bad
it's not
thing.
really.
Like, if they're
I do think it's a bad thing. Why don't you think it's a bad thing?
The reason why I don't think it's a bad thing is because if the person doesn't feel like they were a victim or they got raped and they wanted to do it, I don't think that we need to make it into a situation where
I think it is a situation
raped.
Because you were 15, you weren't an adult, and like, I think that as a child,
were you an adult when you decided to have sex, even if the person wasn't older?
I didn't have sex with an adult when I decided to have sex.
And that's not what I'm saying.
When I decided to have sex, I was 17, and the person I had sex with was 17.
Right.
So we were the same age. I never had an instance where I was having sex underage, like
I
under
did.
7.
And
I know you did.
Most
Maybe
girls
that's why
fuck
you feel the way
guys.
that you did.
Yeah.
But I
don't think it's rape,
I feel
even
very.
if it's an age thing. I don't think it's rape if like both of the people both wanted it.
Right.
But if you are 14, 15, 16, if you're a younger person and you end up having sex with somebody who is older, and even if you think that you want that, I still think that there is a problem there, because that older person is able to take advantage of a younger person because they're an adult.
The situation that I'm talking about, I hear what you're saying.
And
what
I
R.
think
Kelly
that
did was horrible.
I'm not
what
even
I am
talking
saying
about
is,
R. Kelly.
If you make a decision, and I'm saying this,
but
when I was young, I had sex with an older man. He didn't rape me. I knew what I was doing. He didn't take advantage of me.
How old were you and how old was he?
It was in high school. I want to
Yes,
say
but
I was
how old
16
were you and how old was
he
he?
was 21.
And did he know how old you were?
He knew how old I was. And it's
and
not
he was okay with that, and you are okay with that.
And I was okay with it.
Day.
And some people might say my brain wasn't like developed enough for me to make the decision, but in my mind, I made a decision. He didn't rape me. I wanted to do it, and I was okay with it. People that feel like that, I don't look at the person that had sex with him as a monster.
I do, because I feel like you still took advantage of a younger person.
How did you take advantage of the younger person? Some people are more mature than their age.
Or some people are just fast and they just want to have sex, and it's not.
I wasn't fast and just wanted to have sex.
I'm not talking about you.
I'm
saying
talking about
in general. You're
situation.
saying 16 and somebody who's 21. If somebody is 21 and they're having sex with a 16-year-old teenager, that is a problem to me, because whether you really know that you want to have sex with somebody and you want to go all the way with somebody, or versus somebody else, how are we to differentiate between the two? I think it's a problem for somebody who is an adult. And why would you even risk that as a person who is 21 or 21 and older to have sex with somebody who's still in high school?
And we'll never have that answer unless people come out and start to speak about it.
Somebody said something about it, but that's my opinion. You asked me, I'm saying.
That's great.
What do you have to say?
What? Okay.
Because you were making faces.
Right. Because I'm thinking about it like, all right, we're talking about 15 and 21, right? 6 years.
16 and 21.
16 and 21. So what is 5 years?
It's 5 years, but it's not just years. It's like, okay, this is a 16-year-old. A 16-year-old is a sophomore or junior in high school versus somebody who is 21, who is a real adult, who can get bills in their name, who can like live an adult life. I think that it's not so much the gap in age. That's not really what I look at. I think at the place in life that you are. You're 16 or 15, you still live with your parents. You have
But who's the older, the girl or the guy?
The guy. Obviously, it's going to be worse.
That's always
the
worse.
guy is
and
that's worse.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's what she was saying. She was the younger person in the situation. And this isn't specific to Medina. I'm speaking generally because I don't know all the details of what happened between them. But even still, it's like if you have a younger woman who is dealing with an older man, I automatically look at that in a different light. When you're younger and a 5-year age, to me, when you're 16, a 5-year age difference is a whole lot different than somebody being 25 and 30 or somebody being 21 and 26. It's totally different than somebody being 15 or 16 and somebody being 20 and 21. When I think of who I was at 15 or 16 and somebody who is 20, 21, so different. Now, when you get older, and this is how I really feel. As you get older, the age difference is not so vast. Like, the numbers may be big, but where you are in life, your maturity level, what you think about, how you feel, the way that you're able to like differentiate between what is right and what is wrong, and just learning about life and having life experiences is so different than where I was when I was 12 to 17 years old.
I think it also has to do with like your ranking in your siblings. I'm the youngest. My sister is 5 years older than me. We're very close. when I was 16, I was hanging out with people that were in college. I was hanging out with people that were grown. That's what I was around. So it wasn't like a situation. For me personally, if you feel like someone's taking advantage of somebody, then that's a totally different situation. Me personally, when I was 16.
How do you figure out if somebody's taking advantage
I'm
of
saying
somebody?
it's a case-by-case situation. When I was 16, I was always dating people that were older than me because that's what I was around. I was 16 and going to Prairie View College, Prairie View A&M, hanging around men, like young men, but men. And that's the people that I was around. I wasn't uncomfortable. I would never come back and be like, he took advantage of me and I was raped. That's not what happened. It was like, that's what I was used to being around. I've always been used to being around older men.
But do you ever feel like, even though you were used to being around them, that was a problem, that they were okay with like being sexual with you because they were older, they did know better, they did know that you were much younger than them? That's never been a issue to you?
For me, it has never been an issue. It hasn't, and I'm not gonna like try to make it an issue. I don't have children. If I did, maybe it would be different, but I don't. For me, I never looked at it as an issue. Everything was what is it called when you both want it? Consensual. Everything was consensual. I knew what I wanted. I feel like everything was consensual, and I would not.
Why not?
Because I naturally don't like younger men. Even now, I want my nigga to be 40 and up. So it's like, I don't really, I wouldn't do that, but I don't look down on the people that I dealt with that dealt with me when I was younger and they were, 5 or 6 years older than me. I don't look down on them. But if somebody was manipulating you or making you have sex with them.
How do you know if they're manipulating you or not when you are
15,
so,
16
yeah.
I guess if you look back on it and you feel bad about it. If you look back on it and you're like, I actually didn't want to do that.
But think about how people just get groomed to be a certain way. I'm not saying this is you. I want you to take yourself out of this and just hear what I'm saying. Take yourself out of it and think about people who are younger, who have dealt with men who are older. Like, what is the difference? Because you're saying that you didn't have a bad experience, but somebody else who was maybe your same age dealing with somebody else who was the same age as the men that you dealt with, it was different. Like, how? And
you're saying they had a bad experience?
How do you know if you have a bad experience? Like, what makes something a bad experience? Because sometimes when you're so young, you're still in the learning stages, and maybe you think that this
what makes it different is like you look back on it and you realize that you actually didn't feel good about it, and you realize you didn't want to do it. Like all the women that came out about R. Kelly, even though they went through with it and they came back and realized they didn't want to do it. So do you think when people come back on stuff that has happened in their past and they were like, I was okay with it at the time, that they weren't victims? No, I think that is a victim. I'm saying for me, I'm not
talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying generally speaking, when somebody goes back and they look at the experience that they had, and at the moment they did not see anything wrong with it. They were attracted to this older guy. They wanted to have sex with this older guy. It was all fine. How can this person decide, okay, was I a victim or was I not? Like, do you ever think about that? I feel like it has
to do with how you feel. And if you do go back on it and you realize that you felt that you didn't really want to do that, you feel bad about it now, okay, sis, that's you. For me, that's not what I'm going to do. I don't feel bad about the older men that I mess with. I also don't want to make this episode go super deep into that. Because that's not what this was about. This was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be lighthearted and fun. Let's play our game.
Okay.
This or that. Randy, we like to play a game. It's called This or That. And then we're going to get into the discussion that we were supposed to have and get back on track. Are you cool with that, Kiki? Mm-hmm. Okay. Kiki mad. You looking real mad over there.
I'm just listening.
Kiki like, I don't fuck with no older dick. No older dick for me.
I just want to be clear. I'm not saying that victims aren't victims. If you feel like you're a victim, bitch, I'm going to give you that. You are a victim. I'm saying personally, I'm not one.
I know that you feel like you're not a victim, but what I also want for people to be clear is sometimes people don't realize that they're a victim. Or
and
that
I hope we're not trying to say that that's me, because that's not
I'm not talking about you at all. I said that in the beginning. I'm saying that again. I'm not talking about you. I'm speaking in general, because I think that a lot of people don't realize when they're victims. And I don't want to like throw that under the bus. I don't want to make it seem very light and like, oh, well, you was good with being fucking all these older niggas and it was good and you didn't feel bad at the time, so now maybe 10 years later you feel bad. It's not a problem. I don't ever want anybody to feel like they can't come back later and feel like it's something else. I know you did it. So that's why I'm trying to be clear, because y'all made a little joke about, oh, I'm mad. I'm not mad. I just want to make sure that I'm being clear on how I feel about it.
Good.
And I'm okay with moving on to other stuff, and I'm okay with talking about it. I just want to make sure that I'm very clear about how I feel about it all. And I'm glad that you don't feel like a victim, because that would suck. But if anybody does feel like a victim, like, don't be afraid to speak up, because I think a lot of times people are afraid to speak up.
Oh, especially hoes are afraid to speak up. I feel like if you've had sex with a lot of niggas, you're also like, you can't ever say you're a victim because you just be fucking niggas. Y'all also shouldn't be scared. So the game that we like to play, Randy, is called This or That. We're going to give you sets of questions. It'll be this or that, and you say which one you would want to happen. We also didn't know we were having a male guest.
So the question is,
I think most of them still fit.
Jeezy or T? Okay, this could go first. Okay,
Oh, no.
Jeezy or T.I.?
what?
Which rapper do you like better, Jeezy or T.I.?
Or you can say Jeannie Mai or Tiny.
What?
Who?
That's their significant others. Jeannie Mai, the Asian chick from The Real.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like,
Or it could
Which
be
one
whose
would you
music
pick?
you
which
like
one?
better.
Who music would I prefer to listen
Jeezy
to?
or T.I.?
Okay, we could do music.
They both kind of have the same.
Really?
Yeah, like they both talking about trap shit.
But which one, if you had to pick, if I had a gun to your head?
That's a hard one. I mean, shit. I think it kind of goes with the era of life you're in.
Are you going to pick T.I.?
I would probably pick Jeezy as a more influential, but I kind of know and grew up around the stuff that T.I. is talking about.
Okay.
So it's kind of tricky. Y'all had a good choice. That's a good two to pick from.
Who would
It's
you
hard
pick?
as hell.
Kiki? I'm going to
I
ask you
would
if you had to
pick
fuck one. Jeezy
To
or
fuck
T.I.?
one.
I'm picking
T.I.
Jeezy. Really? He's little.
I know he's little, but I feel like he gives good sex.
I feel like I would pick
It's
Jeezy.
some reason that these bitches all keep going back.
You right.
I've never heard anything sexual
Yeah,
about
the nigga light
Jeezy.
skinned it. What the fuck?
It doesn't have anything to do with complexion, because I like all the complexions. But I feel like it's some reason that the girls keep going back. His wife, the side bitches, the other bitches is trying to be in the mix. It's some reasons they're going back, and
Yeah,
if
the
I'm gonna
nigga
pick
from the
one-
west side, okay? He
And
from
he
the
be-
west side
Are
of
you
Atlanta.
from Atlanta?
Yeah, they coming back, okay?
well, I don't know what side they come
we got
from,
the
but I'm
sauce,
just trying to
you
figure
know?
out where to go.
Yeah, come
I'm
to the west
picking
side. We got
Jeezy.
you.
Okay. Would you rather sleep with someone your mom dated or your dad dated?
Where did y'all get these questions
We made
from?
him up.
Yeah, like what? First of all, I would never want to sleep with someone my mom dated. Like that's
She
gay.
could have dated a woman.
What if she dated a woman?
Don't close your mind.
My mom's 78 years old. I don't think I want nobody she dated.
You have an older mom.
78?
I love
Yeah.
that.
My grandma ain't even old.
See what I'm
Mine
saying?
is.
Yeah, I feel
So
you.
I'll be
Okay.
asking
Dad
you a
is
question
old
like,
now.
so which one would you want to date, your grandmama or your granddaddy? Somebody that they dated.
So you don't
Okay,
have an
but
answer?
you didn't pick.
I don't think I
You gonna go
my
with
daddy.
granddaddy?
I would.
I mean,
I gotta
daddy.
roll with pops, but I seen his type, so I don't think I would pick daddy. Best thing he did was find my mama.
Oh God. Okay,
All right,
Medina,
all right.
what would you pick?
Okay.
No, what would
Oh.
you pick?
Someone my dad dated or my mom dated? My dad doesn't have a great track record. Even though my mom is amazing, she's the best thing that ever happened to him. I think I would go with the people that... But my mom doesn't pick people that pay bills. Man, I'm not actually sure. I'm going to go with who my mom would pick. Because at least they'll be nice. Who would you? Who
Yeah,
would
your
you go
turn.
with?
I'm going to go with who my mom has dated, because she does pick the men who will take
So you
care
be
of
looking at her men crazy then.
It's a game.
No, I don't look at them like I wanna.
She been looking
I look
at
at
'em
them
like
like
this the whole time
no.
as a
I
little
look at
kid.
them like I can respect you to a certain degree, and then I be looking at them side eye like, don't you fuck over my mama, and don't you fuck over me.
Okay, so next one. Would you rather this or that? Phone sex or watch porn?
Phone sex.
Phone sex? Because it's more real.
Yeah.
FaceTime. A little FaceTime sex.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
I ain't jacking my dick in FaceTime though.
Why?
Why not?
What are we doing?
I'm not I don't feel like that's...
So if I turn around on FaceTime and spread my booty hole open, you're not going to start jacking off? You're just going to not do it?
Right. I'm not going to jack off to your asshole.
Why?
Like, I don't feel like I'm going to be jacking off to your ass.
So you're just going to say things and watch?
Yeah, I might say some shit. But, we got
What
strip
would you
clubs.
say?
Like,
But the strip club isn't personal. It's not like your girl.
You're right.
But it's okay. I'm not saying like you have to.
I wouldn't jack off to the phone.
Okay, because you just don't want to do it.
Yeah, I'm not. So what if I nut on my phone?
What if you
It's okay.
Decide and
this is done.
don't.
What would you pick?
I'm gonna pick. I would rather porn. And porn in my vibrator.
I like a FaceTime sex.
I like
wanna
FaceTime
see
sex,
it.
but I feel like
I
you
wanna
can't
see
really
it.
like go.
So
as
you want to
hard
see
as
you want
wanna
to see
go.
him jack his dick in the phone?
It's sexy.
It's more about me showing what I'm doing, but I can watch
Right.
that too.
See what I'm saying? Like,
But
it's
that's
more about
still
what
the
you doing.
FaceTime situation.
I agree. With
I
FaceTime.
still want to see his dick. I like to see it.
Okay.
I can send you some porn links and show you what I want to do or what I would do if I was
Or you
there.
can make the porn video and send it.
I mean, I got those too. I mean, I got a lot of options when it comes to videos and stuff. The phone stuff, I'm good.
You know,
It
I
just
be getting
depends.
nervous about the phone stuff.
You gotta do it. You
I
gotta try.
did it.
You've been getting better though.
I've been getting
You've
better,
been
but
sharing.
I'm scared.
What you be doing in your phone?
I try to do like sexy stuff, but I get really nervous that someone's gonna like send it to somebody or it's gonna end up on CNN and I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be on the news.
You don't trust the dudes you sending it to.
But I do. I don't trust them. Yep, you're right. I don't trust them.
Right.
I don't trust
Yeah,
them.
you don't trust that they're gonna keep it there.
Because it's just like naturally, I feel like you would want to show someone. I don't know.
No, that's like when you're a little kid. You be like, yo, look at this. But I think as you become an adult, you don't really show your homeboys what your partner's look was like. Like, you don't really show that.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I don't think they show
Sometimes I think I just overthink it also. It's not that I don't even trust them. It's just like I overthink it and I'm like, just what if?
Yeah, I feel you.
What if you just get upset and you're like, all right, bitch, watch what I do. Okay, so would you rather get flued out or get your rent paid?
Pay my rent.
Me too.
Pay my rent.
Pay my rent.
I'm going the same
Rent's
route.
high as fuck.
Pull up on me.
Pay my rent. And don't
Pay
even
the
pull
rent.
up
Actually,
on
I'll
me.
just send you
Log
the
into
link.
Rent Cafe and just pay it a
Yeah.
couple months ahead of time, nigga.
Please.
Yeah,
3
pay
to
the
4
rent. Flew it
months,
out and
6, 12,
Runs out.
all of them.
3 days. 5, 7, somewhere around there.
Would you rather be called a bitch or a hoe during sex?
I really like both of them, I'm not going to lie. But if I had to pick,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to call me your bitch.
I'd rather a bitch than a hoe.
Yeah.
Personally,
Which one
think
do
I
you
am a
like to
bitch,
call?
so-
Are you ever like, you're my bitch?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Would you rather bitch or hoe? Which one do you
I
say?
use bitch.
You use bitch.
I would use bitch. Because I don't really see how you say hoe in sex. Like, hoe get to, like, but you'll say bitch suck this dick. Bitch, like,
Or you could be like, yeah, you're acting like a
hoe,
hoe.
throw that shit.
Hoe it up. Hoe.
Nah, it comes out better, bitch, I believe.
It does. Bitch is
But
sexy.
it's the way you say it, too, though. I think it's the way you say it.
It is it?
Yeah, I think
But
so.
I don't think hoe makes sense.
I don't either.
Yeah, bitch
I agree
is
with
better.
you. I think bitch is way better.
sexy. Isn't that crazy that you will let a nigga call you a bitch while he's fucking you? But if he was just like, what's up, bitch? You'd be like, wait, excuse me? But if you pull my
Everybody
hair.
can't call me a bitch during sex, to be clear. No.
You can't?
Everybody can.
No, not everybody. You know when it's cool.
Well,
I hope they do. I mean, I've never had a situation where somebody said that and it wasn't cool.
Yeah,
Right, like
that
it,
part.
It wasn't the part where you was like, hold
But
on.
I would just hate
What
to have
did
a
you say?
situation
What did you just say?
What
Hold
you
on,
call
get up
me?
back.
because that's gonna fuck it up all the way. This is, oh.
Because you also
It's
that
gonna
has,
switch up.
that has to be the type of man that will call you a bitch when he's fucking you. That has to be a confident ass man. You can't say that and not be confident. You my bitch.
I don't even care about him just being confident.
I'm saying naturally though he's going to be confident. If he's not, he's just not even going to try it because you can't ask me. Is it
I
okay
get
if
you,
I call
but
you
I'm
a bitch?
saying you can't be confident in calling me a bitch and that just be it. You, everybody can't do that.
Why?
Because it's not cool.
I'm saying like you said.
like
what
my
else? Like, what's the-
relationship with that person makes it dependent upon, like, if you can call me that, if you can call me any sort of name.
Oh, so this is like someone you've been with for a minute.
It doesn't even have to be a minute. It's just like, I'm trying to think of how someone would know that it was okay
it's a vibe
to say
for me.
something.
It's a whole vibe.
Yeah,
it could be
like,
the first night and nigga, you just did it and it made sense.
Well, not the first night, but maybe night 3. It can't be the first night though, because I'm gonna be annoyed. Like, why did you think that was okay?
That was a long game of this or that. Do you have another one?
Nope. We can move on to our topics for a little bit before we move on to our other sections, because it's 10.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. It's 9:59. We had fun with you. Our little warm up that turned into the majority of the episode. So this week, you guys, we are talking about friends with benefits.
Friends with benefits. Do you think that's a good idea, Randy?
It depends on the understanding that the two people have.
Do you think you actually have an understanding when you're dealing with friends with benefits? Because I always feel like it's an accidental thing. I don't feel like people come into it and they're like, hey, friend, let's start fucking now. It always just like accidentally happens.
Not necessarily. I don't think it always is an accident.
So you're saying...
I think the curiosity factor is always there. In some
with most friends?
Yeah, in some friendships, the curiosity factor is there. You don't think you've been curious before?
Some friends, but not every friend.
No, not all of them. I'm just saying the ones with the benefits.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I feel like most of my friends, even if my male friends, honestly, even my female friends, if I'm attracted to them, I don't think it's a good idea to...
Hey, Joy.
I'm sorry, I had to crash this one. I see
when you
okay, actually one of our favorite guests.
When you have a friend, do you ever feel like you just want to fuck him?
No.
That's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah, friends with benefits.
Yeah, no. If he's that, then he's that.
Wait, what? So you have had a friend that you did want to...
If he's a friend, he's a friend, is what she's saying. Why not?
Because I got a lot of guy friends, but they're like my bros.
Okay, what about the hoes?
I don't got no hoes.
Okay, you could get some hoes.
Joy's like,
well, yeah, I mean, you just came in here, and I just thought I would ask. Life could have changed.
What's happening, darling?
Medina, how you feel?
The crazy thing is, I feel like, and I really, the whole time that we were putting this episode together, like I was trying to like jog my mind and try to figure out, have I ever had a successful friends with benefits situation? And the honest answer is no. And it's because first of all, I don't have a lot of attractive male friends.
That's a safe zone.
Yeah. And then if I did fuck you, we're not really gonna be friends after that. Because I feel like it does get really foggy. The type of person that I am, it's like...
You've never done it before.
Yeah, I know, but I know how I am. I know that I get like... Emotionally attached, or in any type of way. And so I already know. Like, it's like if I have a friend and I'm gonna fuck him, I have a very good friend. His name is Cinco. And Cinco and I were really good friends. I was attracted to him. He was attracted to me, but I made sure that we never had sex because it was going to fuck up our friendship. I already knew it. It was going to. And I would rather that just not happen. I have friends that I wanted to fuck, but I was just like, don't do it.
I had a friend who I've always been just a friend with, and I always wanted to keep it that way. I'm not even sexually attracted to him. But on a vulnerable night, I ended up fucking him. And it ended up being a thing for like maybe a month or two.
Was it good sex? Or were y'all just bored?
It lasted a month or two.
But were you just bored?
For a whole month or two.
For a whole month or two.
Oh, damn.
Were you bored?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was all of the above. So, eventually it stopped. I was like, okay, well, now that I'm out of my weak, vulnerable, low space and I've come back to my normal self, we're all good. We're not going to be fucking anymore. This is over. But it did change our friendship. And I was like, see, this is exactly what I didn't want to happen, why I never would have fucked just a friend. Usually, I can have a friend with benefits, but my friends with benefits are always like in that box. It's never a real friend.
Like, you're not going to just be, like, kicking it and I'm still talking to you all, like, freely.
I can talk to you, but I always know, like, you're in this other box. I have my
I fucked you box.
Exactly. And so it's like, I can't the friend that I had that I ended up fucking, like, we're still cool. It's not awkward or anything like that, but it's just like, okay, we fucked a few times. And I get uncomfortable because he brings it up sometimes. Like, oh, I seen your titties. Oh, I fucked you. Oh, I did this. And I'm just like, okay. We know that happened, but you've got to get past that, sir, because that's never happening again. That was a really low point in my life, and I've told you that, and you know that. So let's rise above.
Do you think that's the only
bullshit.
time when friends fuck, Randy, when you're at low points?
No.
No?
No.
Do you fuck a lot of your friends?
Sometimes you fuck friends if they look good.
No, I mean,
or if you're horny.
fucked some friends, but not all of them.
And y'all are still friends?
Friends to this day.
No drama occurred.
And ain't having sex at all. Never again. But we cool.
And y'all hang out. But see, it's hard to believe you because you're a man. And I feel like she might have another point of view.
I'm telling you. Like,
no issues have occurred. She never had a moment where she was like, hey, like, let's try to like further this.
No. I don't think I've come across that. I mean, probably it has.
Randy,
it's very possible.
I know that it's very. I know that it has
happened like that, but majority, like I have friends that I've had sex with in the past, and it's just we friends now. Like, I'm a person that they'll come and talk to about their relationships now. Like, it's
no hesitation.
What they'll come talk about the nigga they dating right now,
and you don't care. They don't care. It's just like
we friends.
Have you ever had a friends with benefits situation with an ex? Like someone that you were actually in a real relationship with, y'all broke up, spent a little bit of time away from each other, and then somebody came back into each other's lives, and then it was just like, okay, we're just fucking now without all of those feelings?
Not necessarily.
What does that mean?
Because once you've dated someone, I feel like there are going to always be some type of feelings. So
unless
it would probably
some
take
time
an
has gone
event
past.
of something like you got into a new relationship and that shit went bad, and now you back over here.
Have you ever had that happen?
Yeah.
Randy, who are you?
What do you mean? You asking me questions and I'm answering them. Like, shit. I'm just answering your question.
But I
feel like everybody has their different situations.
Yeah, and that is a fact.
Like,
so, do you think, Kiki, have you ever had a friends with benefits situation with an ex? Y'all were actually romantic at one point, fell off, maybe it was a couple months, maybe a couple years, and then they come back and y'all are just fucking.
Yes.
Fuck me.
I get it.
Hey, my love.
Hi.
Yeah.
You get on my nerves.
I had to talk shit for your radio show.
we talking about,
Are you about to do music?
We talking about friends with benefits.
Have you ever fucked an ex that was just your ex, but you decided to be like a fuck buddy with?
Not my ex, no.
That's what I said.
Have you ever had a friend that you were just friends with and y'all had sex on accident and y'all were still friends?
What an ex situationship.
My first was like that.
See?
How old were you?
17.
How old was she?
17.
Okay.
I mean, friends with benefits is the best thing of all.
And it's because it's less problems. You don't have any problems.
But the crazy thing, Kiki, is I like friends with benefits. I don't do it because I feel like there's going to be this gray area where somebody's going to get wrapped up. But these are men giving their perspective, and the women aren't going to say the same thing. Somebody started liking somebody.
Not all the time, because this is what I will say about friends with benefits. Sometimes you can have somebody who is like good on paper, but you recognize that this person is not compatible with you and your personality and things that you want.
Okay.
Yeah, and you just like their dick. Yeah. Yeah, you can be compatible as a friend. Like, we can kick it. We can eat chicken wings, but like, nigga, I don't want to be with you long term, and you don't want to be with me long term.
Okay,
and we can respect that.
I get
but
it.
That's what a friend with benefit is to me.
But I'm talking about it's your actual friend, and y'all had sex. Have I fucked some niggas where it's like we're not compatible? And we're gonna keep doing this? Yes, but you're not my friend.
Do you want to be in a relationship with all your friends? No, I don't want to be in a relationship with all my friends, men or women. Like, there are some men that I just want to be friends with. Like, I respect you as a friend. I like you as a friend. But in a relationship, I have no intentions on being on that. And I can still fuck you.
I'm saying, like, you're actually my friend and we had sex. And
that's exactly what I just said.
No, no. What you were saying is like you're just not compatible, and you keep having sex.
I'm saying that we're compatible as friends, and we have sex.
Heard you
that's
wrong.
A friend.
I thought you were saying like we're not compatible in any other aspect, but we like to have sex.
We are friends. We're compatible as friends, but we don't want like the romantic aspect.
Understand what?
She doesn't understand that because she's a Libra and they're super romantic all with the winds.
I can still do that.
Medina's
and not be in a relationship.
Only romantic Libra I have ever met.
But I'm not fucking my friends. I don't want to fuck that up.
All of the other ones that I know.
You really think it'll ruin your friendship?
I know it will. And it's not.
Girl,
even
I don't know what's going on.
I know. Well, I've had friends want to have threesomes with me, and I won't do it because I don't want to like even fathom it fucking up our friendship. I don't. So it's like fucking somebody.
Threesome shit different.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Threesome shit
yes,
different.
it is. A threesome is totally different than having sex with somebody one-on-one.
Right.
I can agree with you on that.
That shit.
I didn't know who was going to agree on a lot of things, but we're agreeing a lot. Yes, I agree. You don't think it's different at all?
It's still sex happening.
It's still sex. Yes,
to
that
me,
is
I'm
the
looking
same.
at the sexual act, whether it's one-on-one,
but you're
or
probably,
you're inviting me into.
But you're still talking about like the aftermath of having sex with somebody in a threesome versus just not having sex with them.
Yeah, like I think you missing the concept of fucking a friend.
I think that it's okay that I don't want to fuck my friends.
That is okay.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
It's not arguing.
I would rather just not.
Your perspective.
My perspective is I don't want to mess up a great relationship, which is a friendship. That's my thing. That's just my thing. I don't want to fuck up that part of our relationship, and I feel like naturally, if I'm fucking you, emotions are gonna get involved. All of my one night stands have turned into relationships. I don't need to fuck a friend. That's what I've gained from my interactions, my sexual interactions with men and with women.
Okay, you guys. So, ratedintimate.com is sponsoring the next few episodes, and they sent us some goodies.
Oh, they sent some goodies. I'm so sorry that you're hearing me open this, but like you guys know, let me open it first. I really want to see what this looks like. So y'all know that me and Kiki be into lingerie. I've really been into lingerie lately, like just wearing it around the house, even if I don't have nothing to do. They Rated Intimate sent me some sexy ass lingerie. That's how it's supposed to look, that little picture. And like,
oh, this is cute. Okay.
This has the hole in
the crotchless panties.
The crotchless panties. And then this goes over it to make it like sexy.
Yeah. The garter belt.
Yeah. You really know the names. They also sent a vibrator. I'm really excited. It's the Rave by We Vibe.
We Vibe is the one that you can link to the app with the music.
Are you kidding me, Kiki?
No, you didn't know that? I thought you requested that.
I requested it, but I didn't know it did that shit.
Oh, yeah. There's instructions. You download the app. It's a We Vibe because We Vibe.
And it says this is a G-spot vibrator. Tonight, I thought I didn't have plans, bitch.
Charge that bitch up. Maybe you should plug it up now so it could get charging by the time you get home.
Let me open this up. Got some,
That's a hemp toy cleaning spray.
Which is very important. You need to clean your toys. I like that whenever Rated Intimate sends us stuff, they always send the toy cleaner.
He was like, do y'all need toy cleaner? I was like, yes.
Always.
Because mine gets some use.
Mine gets some use, and some of this shit is going in my booty. So, really need some of that.
I keep one of them in the shower now.
I have one in the shower too.
Is it the Satisfier Pro, the little purple and white one?
Mine is the big one that.
That big white one.
Big white one. I keep
that was in my drawer for like really, really sad lonely nights.
Also got a Tango. This is just like a quick and to the point vibrator. Powerful,
that's a nice
mini vibe.
One. Those are my favorite ones because I'm just like, I just need it quick. I got some other ones. Maybe I'll bring them. I've already used mine, so I didn't pack them up. But I did get some panties that have a bullet vibrator in them. And I can use the bullet by itself, but it has a remote so that I can give it to somebody else and they control it. I had plans for that are now canceled. But I'll just save it. It's charged up and it's ready to go for whenever the day arrives.
Stay ready so you don't.
And I got some lingerie. One of those things we both have, they're alike.
I'm excited.
I don't know what it is. I hope it's the one with the garter belt thing. I am too. And if you guys want to see the stuff that we have and our reviews of them, just make sure you go to www.ratedintimate.com/cocktails. And both of our reviews and our items are all listed on there, along with a bunch of other stuff. And you use the code cocktails to get a discount.
Get that discount, y'all, because for real, I feel like Rated Intimate is like my side piece. I mean, I ain't got a main one, but...
Okay, I have so many good toys thanks to Rated Intimate. And they have really good prices. When I've compared the prices of things that I bought in an actual store, like locally, versus them after we started working with them, I was like, I'm paying double.
That's craziness.
I know. And they have fast shipping. It's quick. Y'all get on Rated Intimate.
Is there something that interferes with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? If so, BetterHelp Online Counseling is there for you. BetterHelp offers licensed professional counselors who are specialized in issues such as depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anger, family conflicts, LGBT matters, grief, self-esteem, and more. Connect with your professional counselor in a safe and private online environment. Anything you share is confidential and it's so convenient. You can now get help at your own time and at your own pace. You can schedule secure video or phone sessions plus chat and text with your therapist. If you're not happy with your counselor, you can request a new one at any time at no additional charge. Best of all, it's truly an affordable option. And for Cocktails listeners, get 10% off your first month with discount code COCKTALES, COCKTALES. So why not get started today? Go to betterhelp.com/cocktails. Simply fill out a questionnaire to help them assess your needs and get matched with a counselor you'll love. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/cocktails. Looking for Fitspiration? Are you spending hours on the internet trying to find the best workout plans for you? Well, look no further. OpenFit takes all the complexity out of losing weight and getting fit. It's brand new, super simple streaming service that allows you to work out from the comfort of your living room in as little as 10 minutes a day. Going to the gym is so difficult for me, and I have a feeling that I'm not the only one. You can work out with amazing trainers like Andrea Rogers, founder of the worldwide sensation Extend Bar, or the newest workout, Rough Around the Edges, with 6 of the most badass stunt women in the business. And you no longer worry about others watching you work out, which is why I end up leaving the gym. I don't have to worry about the pressure of people watching me. I don't have to worry about the pressure of not really having it together. I can do it in my own home and be comfortable. And you get what you put in. See results within the first 30 days. Do you just want to increase your energy, put a pep in your step, and overall feel better inside? Do you want to lose weight and actually keep it off? You can lose up to 15 pounds in just the first 30 days the right way with a little consistency. You can tone up with Hunter McIntyre in his Tough Mudder workout. You'll be amazed at how quickly the changes can happen. Your abs will get tight and toned, your booty will be lifted up, and your arms will be sculpted, baby, without adding the bulk, without the pain and strain of high-impact movements, because that's another sucky part. You don't want to be in pain and get discouraged. OpenFit has changed the way I work out, and texting my code COCKTAILS to 303030, you can join me on a fitness journey personalized just for you. Right now, during the OpenFit 30-day challenge, our listeners get a special extended 30-day free trial membership to OpenFit when you text COCKTAILS to 303030. You will get full access to OpenFit, all of the workouts and nutrition information, totally free. Again, just text COCKTAILS to 303030. Standard message and data rates may apply.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
All right, Diane, what you got for us this week? All right, ladies. So let me just tell you this. Lately, I've just been wanting to live my life on the edge. I want to go on more adventurous dates. Don't you just hate when you go on a date with somebody and it's just boring, like it's just a restaurant or some shit?
I really do hate that. I like food, but I like to be active too.
Yeah. So speaking of being active, there's this place in Atlanta called Fly. It's literally indoor skydiving without any risk though. You can't die doing it. So ladies, the next date date you go on, you want to be a little bit more adventurous, go to iFly. It's not just in Atlanta. They have it all over the states. And let me just tell you, you need to weigh between 260 and 300. Not that any of you are overweight, but if you are and you're thinking about doing this, change your mind. If you got back, neck, heart problems, you can't do it. But other than that, you're fine. You go, you get in this tube, you fly up to the top of the tube, and it's only $139 for 2 people, ladies. That's amazing unless your man's is cheap. Oh my gosh, that actually sounds really fun. Yes, you gotta try it. Remember, that's iFly in Atlanta. It's in Cobb County. And if you're somewhere else, when you go to the website, which is iFlyWorld.com, look up the locations and it's probably in a city near you. Thanks, ladies. Bye. Bye, Diane. Thanks. I'm actually gonna try that.
Okay, guys. Well, remember to send in your advice letters to askcocktales, askcocktales, @gmail.com if you have something that you want to get our opinion on and you want us to share on the show. Remember, we will keep you anonymous. We'll make up a name or just try to remember not to say your name. Just don't put your name in the email. That'll make it the easiest because we be drunk.
When people be like, this is my name, but call me this, just don't even put it.
Yeah, don't put your name. But send it to us. askcocktales@gmail.com. And if you have a suggestion for Indecisive Diane, maybe send it to Medina on her page @CoffeeBeatDean. Okay, so do you have an email pulled up already?
I haven't printed out. So, Randy, we like to give advice to our listeners. You're going to help us if you feel like you have something to say. This is a very long one, and the title is 2 pages. I printed out a couple if you want to use one, but if you have one pulled up.
I'll take something.
There's cocktails and advice, I think. So this one is called My Ghetto Catfished Dick Appointment. She says, Dear Cocktail Family, what's up, Medina and Kiki? How are you both doing? I'm good. First, I want to say that I love y'all so much and I freaking love this show. Now, let's get into this story. I need advice. I've been catfished at a D appointment. My name is Danny. I'm 27 years old from New York. So I've been talking and texting this guy for about 3 months. We knew each other from college. However, we've never talked to each other. We've just seen each other. Around campus, and he's also a Q dog. Shout out to the Riz. He slid in my DMs. I liked what I saw. So I was like, what's up? So we started talking and texting frequently. Things were getting spicy and freaky as fuck. We live in 2 different states. I live in New York. He lives in New Hampshire, but he's from Philly, and I be in Philly and Jersey a lot. So we started making arrangements to see each other, but our schedules were totally busy and opposite because I travel for work with a more flexible schedule and he works a 9 to 5. So the time finally came for us to meet each other 3 months later. We've been talking about all the freaky shit we were going to do to each other. So let me just say this. It's been 1 year and 10 months since I've had sex. However, I masturbate every week. I took the bus from New York to New Hampshire, a 4.5 bus ride for some D. Ooh, that's intense. So we get to the house, take a shower, get in the bed, and I'm just like, let's get freaky. It's been a long time, and I've been waiting for this moment. We started feeling feely, kissy, licky. So he got on top of me without giving me head. First red flag. So I'm like, okay, cool. Bang my shit out then. He inserted his penis into my vagina and banged a couple times. It was literally less than 2 minutes. He stopped and just laid on top of me while his penis is still inside of me. I just looked at him like, that's it, nigga? He goes to say, I'm tired, while breathing hard as hell. So in my head, I'm like, okay, cool. I'll take control. I tried to get on top of him to ride this. This nigga's going to get it from off of me, get up out of the bed and go into the bathroom. Oh, this nigga got up off of me, got up out of the bed and went to the bathroom. He comes out of the bathroom and I'm like, what was that? He goes to say, you were so wet. I felt everything because we didn't use a condom. Okay, you're honest, girl. I asked, am I not supposed to be wet? Are you not supposed to feel anything? Nigga, you got me wet. He says, you got yourself wet. Nigga, what? So I start feeling on him and this nigga starts putting his boxers on, gets back in bed and under the covers. So I asked him, really? That's it? He looks at me, smiles, and lays down like he's about to go to sleep. 5 minutes later, he's asleep. Flag number 2. It was so weird. And he was so calm about it, like he did no wrong. So I'm like, okay, cool. He's probably really tired. He just got back from vacay on a 5-hour flight and came straight to pick me up. We'll just finish this tomorrow. It's morning. She really has it like mapped out. It's morning, I'm horny, and want to finish what we started last night. I thought about waking him up to head, but no, he didn't deserve that after leaving me on blue balls. So I got on top of him and tried to wake him up to me playing with his balls. This nigga does not wake up. And when he finally did, he gets up out of the bed and goes to take a shower and comes out and asks if I was ready to go. Red flag number 3. So at this point, I'm turned off and I start to think, I'm sitting here like, bitch, why didn't you go home? I would have been done, went home. I started thinking,
this is a long ass
this is a lot. You didn't stay the whole night. Go home.
I checked out, but
it's a lot wrong with this question.
It's a lot. I started thinking,
my head hurt.
If it's me and if it's something I did wrong, is it my coochie?
No,
she said coochie, which I know it ain't, because based off of the text, he was supposed to lick me from head to toe, eat the booty like groceries, and bang my back out. And I did not see the fruits of that labor. I've been catfished. At this point, I should have ran for my life, but I didn't. We went out all day to the mall, movies, out to eat, got back to the house. He goes straight to he must be rich or fine, because I don't understand how you can say this wrong. We played some games. I got on the phone with my girls. They advised me to get naked and walk in the front of the game because at this point, I've already given up. I'm usually open and willing to all of the freaky shit and take control. But after what he did to me the first night, he sure as hell didn't deserve it. I go and take a shower. Bitch, you still there. I came out of the shower. This nigga in the bed under the covers and on his phone. I asked him what he was trying to do. Then he asked what am I trying to do. Okay, there's like a whole page left. I'm just going to go down to the bottom. He was supposed to be a whole nasty dog, and I've been with some cute dogs, and we've done some nasty freaky shit, and that was what I was expecting from him. But who child the ghetto? That's my ghetto catfish dig appointment. I don't know if I should curse him out or block him or stop talking to him. What would you have done in this situation? Help a sister out. Ma'am.
I don't know, because I can't remember what happened. It was too long.
I personally would have left after
She was going to have to get back on that bus for 4 more hours.
Oh my God, I forgot about the 4-hour bus ride.
She took a 4-hour bus ride?
Yeah, she doing whatever it takes to prolong that bus ride for 4 hours.
Girl, go to Wingstop.
It'll
get you off better. Okay, this is an actual advice letter, I hope. And it's shorter. Okay, hey ladies, I just started listening to you guys about 5 months ago, but I've caught up from the beginning and I love you guys. So looking forward to Temptation Island.
Shout out.
Anywho, so my son's father and I aren't together. We never would. Sasha. I wish you would have put right grammar, but okay. Okay, we never was together. We did a lot of boyfriend-girlfriend shit, which is how we ended up with a baby. Here's the thing. I'm hella nasty, but I only feel comfortable being nasty as fuck with him. I'm talking about sucking balls and all that type of shit. I'm usually not into, like, for example, I never did anal before because I always said since I was afraid of it, I'd save it for someone I'm really into. Well, let's just say I'm more into baby daddy than any other man that I've been with in my life. I feel like I can be as freaky as I want with him, but I'm afraid to ask him for a threesome. He knows I've had girlfriends. He knows that I've had plenty of threesomes with my ex. That's how I met my baby daddy. That's a story for cocktails. But I'm still hella weirded out about me asking him for a threesome. Him and I are best friends and great co-parents, and I can tell him anything. He can tell me anything. We're super open with each other, but I don't know why I'm so scared to ask this man for a threesome. Not to mention one part of me, I don't want to see him fuck another bitch, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm hella in love with him, and I feel like certain shit draws me closer to him. Girl, I wish you would have proofread this. You gotta get Grammarly. Okay. But the other part of me is nasty as fuck, and I want to see him fuck another bitch. My pussy is wet, throbbing, thinking about him. Ladies, please help me out. How do I bring this up without him being weird? I want this to be my last time fucking him, because I'm starting to be in my feelings too much. and we're friends and don't want to compromise that with a relationship, because relationships aren't forever and we got to remain cool for our son. It's unhealthy to raise a kid in a bunch of drama, so I really need for this to be my last experience. I sucked his girl, you're doing too much. I sucked his dick so good yesterday, and I think I got him where I want him now. Help me, y'all. Signed, freaky baby mama trying to score. Girl, you gotta get off this baby mama shit and thinking that you're gonna suck his dick into oblivion and that is gonna make something change.
Brandy, do you have children?
Yeah.
So you have a baby mama?
Yeah.
Would you have a threesome with her?
Tried it.
Was it successful? I don't think that's a successful thing.
It went all bad.
I don't think that's smart.
It went bad.
If y'all didn't start like that, I think it's like...
I think it went bad. It went bad.
Because she probably got mad. Rightfully so.
She thought I was going to nut.
Did she slap you?
Did she? She kicked me.
It's her play joy, because I just did a podcast with this girl and she said she popped this nigga in the face because he nutted with the other girl and not with her.
If
because
you're even in that mindset, you don't need to be having a threesome. Can you give the girl some real advice? Tell her don't do it.
I mean, why? I can't tell her not to do it. She gotta actually have that conversation with him, because I feel like a threesome. See, this is the problem with people in threesome. Like, if you're in a relationship with someone and y'all bring another person, it's us and you. Mm-hmm. Like, it's always us and you. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Instead of it's just everybody here. It's us and you. And if you have that understanding, then you don't really have a problem. I think most problems be like after the threesome, what happens, whereas some rules and some things are not clear.
So people don't communicate beforehand.
Right.
But I feel like naturally, if it's a baby daddy, baby mama situation, trying to have a threesome and y'all already had a little bit of drama beforehand or whatever, I just don't ever think that's a smart decision. The baby mama most likely really doesn't even want to do it.
She don't want a threesome.
She don't want a threesome. She's trying to keep the nigga.
It sounds like she wants to do it, though.
It sounds like she wants to do it.
I think she wants to have sex with a woman, and she's trying to do it with her baby daddy.
And
have sex with a woman separately, because that's probably
what do a threesome.
No, I'm not even gonna say a threesome because she sounds too jealous. When you are a jealous natured person, that's not gonna work for you, because you never know if the girl is gonna be better than you or not. And if you can't be comfortable with another bitch being better than you at fucking your man, you got to get over that. And a threesome is not for you. It's fair game. Anybody could be better. If it's all about pleasing each other, the three of you, that's a good threesome to me. If it's like, oh, I'm scared that this bitch is gonna fuck him better, I don't need to have a threesome. It's just like, I don't care if you fuck him better, if I fuck him better, bitch, you might fuck me better than him. I don't care. I hope we all fuck and we have a good time. That's what a threesome is to me. If that's not what a threesome is to you, you don't need to have a threesome. You're doing something and you're searching for something. You're trying to keep somebody who's already cheating on you. Sorry to say it, but that's what it is. Or they're trying to cheat on you. Maybe they can't. Maybe they can't afford it. Maybe they're not fine. But they want to, and the thought is still there. And you just need to drop that nigga. Fuck him. And that's just really how I feel about it. Okay. I just don't get that. Like, so many people send us letters and they're like, oh, this girl could take my man. She could take him, whether it was a threesome or whether he just found her on the street.
Right.
And if a man wants to cheat on you, what you think about this? If a man wants to cheat on you, he's going to do it, whether you invite another woman in the room or not.
Right.
And I'm just like, y'all be so scared to have threesomes, but you want to have a threesome, have a threesome. But don't think a threesome is going to keep a man, and don't think that it's going to make a man cheat. If he want to cheat, he probably been cheating on you, to be honest. Hate to be the bearer of bad news.
All right.
I'm just telling you. I got a lot of friends, like platonic friends. I'm the homegirl, this my homeboy, and I'll just be looking like, okay, actually, please don't invite me because I actually met your girlfriend. I fucked with her. I don't want to be an accomplice to the shit. And I will tell them, like, okay, I like your girlfriend. Don't invite me. I'm not coming. I don't want to be there. I don't want to see you doing the grimy, dirty shit that I know you're going to do. Because I'm going to feel bad when she asking me questions like, sis, you think he be cheating on me? I'll be like, yes, sis, he is. Actually, I know he is. But I can't tell you that. But, so I prefer to be out of that. I'll never forget, I had a friend, her and her man broke up. But I used to feel so bad because I knew the dirt that both of them were doing on each other. And I was friends with the both of them. That is the most, it turned off. Damn. That's the most complicated position to be in. And I don't like to be in that position. I prefer to just stay to myself. All right, guys. So that's it for the advice letters. Make sure that if you ever want some advice from us, some unqualified people to figure it out, askcocktales@gmail.com. If you want to share some of your sexual confessions, you can send those to our other email, cocktails, COCKTALES .atl@gmail.com, and maybe we'll read them on the show.
But if you ain't got a buck, I won't cup 'em. Spend 100 on me, it ain't nothing. Run it double D, so stuck. Back to the point. Is it some cash in this place? If it is, I'll probably see the stats in your face, turn around. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe.
Okay, so, Randy, Medina, do you have a cocktail to share?
I do not, but I have one to read.
Okay.
Randy has to share one.
I don't know what a cocktail is.
So a cocktail is basically like a sex or dating story. It can be funny, embarrassing, romantic, weird. Most of ours are embarrassing. One time I told a story about a guy that I thought was flying me out when really he was flying me out, but he bought himself a first class ticket. He got me a coach ticket, and when we boarded, he got on with group 1 and I got on with group 6.
How did he fly you out then?
Well, he got the ticket.
Where were y'all going? Y'all was going on a vacation or something?
We weren't going on a vacation. It's funny because someone that was involved with the studio was actually there as well. And he got the ticket. He was like, just meet me at the airport. I didn't check in or anything. I got to the airport. I checked in. We arrived at the airport at different times. I checked in, got my ticket. I met him at the gate. And then we got there and got time to board. And I was like, oh, we're not boarding yet. He's like, oh, no, sweetheart, I'm boarding. I was on the plane. So that was an example of my cocktail, a cocktail that I've given before. It's very embarrassing. So you can give a cocktail that is great sex, embarrassing, romantic, whatever.
I don't have one right now. You gotta let me think about that one.
Think about
right
it.
now.
Give me a second to think about that.
I'll think about it. I'm gonna read one. This one is called Noodle Dick. She says, "Hey ladies, my homegirl put me onto your show and I've been hooked ever since. When I tell you I binged from the beginning and once I caught up, I was geeked. Y'all can call me queen. Some people may catch on to who I am, but I don't give a damn. Anyway, let me tell you about this. When I got that noodle dick, so I moved from Maryland to Atlanta for a change, and I was newly single. So I decided I was going to just let go of my inhibitions and just let things be what they were, and with whomever it happened with. However, my ass was too scared with that STD epidemic out there, so I settled for the homie I grew up with. We were fucking quite often, and I knew he was having issues with his baby mama, and on top of that, she wasn't too fond of me. But I did not give a damn. I was single and could care less about the next person's feelings. Anywho, this one time, bitch, and it was the last, we were getting into the groove, and he was attempting to hit it from the back, and bitch, he went noodle on me. When I tell you, I kept my eyes so hard in him to see what the fuck the problem was. And this nigga had the nerve to say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, but I'm thinking about my son's mother. Then I said, are you serious? Girl, I got my stuff so fast and went home. I made him feel so bad later. That day once he asked if he could redeem himself. Nigga, no. It was good while it lasted, but you aren't getting this good no more. Still to this day, he is trying to redeem himself. And I can't say it enough that once you go noodles, it's a big toodles. Corny, I know. Also, I am one of those who are constantly asking about the DC live. Oh, I'm one of those listeners who's constantly asking about the DC live show. Y'all are amazing. And I need to keep giving the people what they want. Keep that black girl magic flowing through our airwaves. I have another cocktail and maybe I will send it another time because I'm still recovering from this embarrassment. Ooh. Sincerely, Queen. Wow. That was sad.
Well, you know, cocktails aren't always the best The best
No,
tales.
I don't think any of ours
Shit
have ever been the
happens.
best.
I don't think I've ever shared a good one.
I don't think I've ever shared a cocktail where it's
ever.
like, yes, you finally got it right.
No, I think you have. You've had some good like sex moments.
Oh, yeah, like nasty shit. Like
Yeah. I never share those. I usually don't remember them. Okay, so this one says reminiscing. Okay, hey ladies, I like to remain anonymous, but love the show. Y'all are real as fuck. I want to share this cocktail that he's been embedded in my mind for years. I dated this guy. Let's call him Cowboy. Only country white boy I've ever had. When we started dating, I tried to take things slow and all, but one night he picked me up to go out for a drive and we stopped at a park to talk. I feel like we read this before, but okay, maybe we didn't. Well, we started making out, and next thing you know, he's like, baby, I want you now in the back seat. I was like, Lord, okay, Daddy.
We didn't read this. This was sent like a couple of days ago.
Yeah, but I thought she sent it before. I remember a cowboy story, but okay, maybe we got multiple cowboys in this bitch. Okay, we go to the back. He lifts up my skirt, tears my panties off, and starts kissing my pussy slowly, licking my clit up and down, moaning deliciously, like this was his last meal. The head was so good, I couldn't handle it. I asked him to slowly put his dick in me. He obliged. He placed his perfect dick slowly in my pussy, and I felt the heaven gates open. He slid his pussy in. He slid in and out of my pussy about 5 times and stopped. He pulled out. I was flipping out like, what the fuck? He said he didn't want our actual first time to be in the car. I was like, fuck. Okay, fine, whatever. Y'all know I went home hella mad and had to finish myself with a vibrator. I did not think that's how that was going to go.
I didn't either.
I thought they were going to walk inside, right? Okay. So fast forward to the next day. I couldn't stop thinking of his dick, the head he gave me, and everything. I was at work, not working, when I texted him, get over here now. I need to ride my cowboy. Less than 10 minutes later, he showed up. I closed the store and took his ass to the storage room. I immediately got naked, dropped his pants, and started sucking on his perfect dick. About 10 minutes in, he pulled me up, picked me up, and slid his dick inside of me. He thrust it inside, and y'all, he was so big, I didn't know what the fuck to do. Shit was so good. We did everything in that storage room. Doggy style, reverse cowgirl, fucking on counters, just wild. We rolled around that fucking room. We fucked for 2 hours.
Did she say where she worked at?
No.
Right.
He made me come 3 times. When we were done, we both went back to work, and needless to say, the rest of that relationship was straight fucking. We would fuck everywhere. I even fucked him in our front yard while my dad was inside the house. Girl, what?
In the front yard? Do you
She
live on
said
a farm?
front yard.
She probably in the car.
Oh, in the car.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Or a tent. What you doing, girl? Okay, write us back and let us know. But she said, we broke up years later because he couldn't keep his dick to one pussy. Of course not. The way he was slinging that shit. Okay, because we all know niggas ain't shit. Well, okay, anywho, hope y'all enjoyed my story. Love y'all. Reminiscing. Well, girl, I'm glad you got to have a good time fucking your cowboy.
Me too. And I'm glad you like car. I don't like car sex. I've had a lot of friends lately in our grown years that they're fucking in cars. I can't get with it. I don't like car sex.
I haven't liked car sex since high school. High school was kind of like, it was fun, but it was also like,
do it in high
we
school.
couldn't go inside of my house.
We're not going to my house.
Like hell to the no. Because if we go in there, I don't know if my mom was going to embarrass me or flirt with you. You want to say hi to the live?
Really?
You don't have to pee.
Do you have a cocktail?
This is canon.
You have to. You can't not. Right now. It can be an old cocktail. It could be a high school cocktail. It could be
no outsiders.
It could be a date.
Like I don't have one. I don't think that I just remember clearly.
You don't remember
what's the best sex you ever had?
This is the best sex.
We got very aggressive.
No,
we did. We're really bullying you.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the best sex I've ever.
It doesn't. It can be the worst.
Best sex.
It can be the worst.
Different experiences.
What was the worst sex you ever had? Start there. That'll be
the worst sex that a man can ever have.
Not a man. Randy.
Oh, it's definitely once you smell any type of odor in the room.
Has that happened? And did you still fuck?
No. That ends it. You gotta fake the nut. You hold up. And then you try and figure out how to tell them that this ain't happening no more.
How do you tell them?
I'm still working on that. I just don't call no more. Like, it's over. I've never called you again in life. Like, we friends now.
Now we're friends.
Oh, we definitely just friends.
Now we're friends.
You don't know how to clean your pussy.
Ooh.
Or she hasn't.
We just talked about clean pussy last week.
Yeah, it's an age limit. I think it's an age limit that women learn how to clean their pussy.
It's not an age limit. It's an experience.
It's an infection. We just talked about this with Beatrice.
Bacterial vaginosis.
Yeah, I don't think all girls know how to take care of their pussy.
They might not have health insurance. Or they might be working on a natural.
Or they might have got bad advice from their parents. Sometimes people give bad advice and they hand it down over generations. And it's just like, okay, if your mama teaches you how to clean your pussy this way and it's wrong, but that's your mama, you're going to listen to her.
You know the craziest thing about it, though? You find out that some condoms, they give off terrible odors.
Magnums.
They give off terrible. It would throw you off. You would think the pussy stinks, and it's the condom.
That, and it fucks up the room.
Fuck the whole vibe, but it don't really fuck the room up. It stops the show. I mean, fuck the room up. This shows is over. To me,
Magnums have a distinct smell, and I absolutely hate them.
It has a weird smell, and you can actually smell the little powdery substance on it too.
Yes, it's like it doesn't even have to be sex. It's just like the Magnum has been opened, the packet has been opened.
It's like,
and then if you fuck somebody in your place and they leave, it's like I gotta burn 50 fucking candles
and an incense.
Then you need to call and tell me that it wasn't your pussy.
I gotta call and tell you?
Well, okay, so this is what happened one time. I was like, you didn't smell this? He said
Magnums.
I couldn't smell it. And I was like, well, I feel like Magnums have a distinct smell, and I feel like you also don't need a Magnum. Maybe, do you think that hurt his feelings? I just felt like his dick isn't big enough to just need a Magnum. You can wear a regular condom that doesn't stink, and it's a win-win. You think that was like a...
Some of them other ones be small, though.
Do you need a Magnum?
And that was fine for his dick, is what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think his dick would have fit in a regular size condom. I wasn't telling him to get a finger condom.
They be too.
So you do. That's the problem. People think that they need those big condoms. Do you know how stretchy they are? All right, well, whatever. You don't have a cocktail. You don't want to be honest about the condoms.
I will have a cocktail for you guys next week or next time. I'm playing this shit out.
You can send it to the email.
You're so annoying, Randy.
I have to come up this is new to me, so I have to see if y'all was in the mood, if y'all was going through y'all cocktails and not reading off paper, we could run this shit up.
So let me ask you this.
Oh, you're mad because we don't have our own personal stories.
Yeah,
we have a whole. Well, do you have a nigga for us to fuck?
Something has to trigger for me to for this to register.
We've given our whole sex life to this show, so we have to build some more up to give a OG.
Oh, y'all ain't got no more sex life to talk about.
Well,
no, I don't have any sex to talk. No, we have sex. Well, then why aren't you sharing them?
They're just some
because my moments are not like stories that are not story worthy. Like,
yeah, fuck
somebody
who was beautiful
cool.
Girls.
Well, thank you.
They ain't got nothing going on.
I mean, I got some shit going on. I did have.
So what's the problem?
Somebody need to hit something.
Because now I'm mad because I thought you just wasn't fucking and having story-worthy sex. So if you're having story-worthy sex, why are you keeping it to yourself?
Because it's still fresh. She don't want to talk about what's going on now.
But she said she would. I'm the one who said if it's fresh, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. She was like, no, I'll talk about it. It doesn't matter. I just love sharing.
I did have some great sex the other day, and I just didn't want. I felt like I wanted to read we had a lot of emails of cocktails, and I wanted to shout out to our listeners.
The listeners asked for us to give real cocktails.
I will soon.
Whatever. In November, I got y'all hoes because I've booked some travel.
Oh, so you only have sex out of town?
No, I have sex in town, but I just haven't had good sex.
Randy, you're making me so mad.
I had really good sex.
No, because you do have some great cocktails and you just don't want to share them.
No, I have to think about them. Like, no.
When's the last time you had sex?
Probably about a couple of days ago, maybe about a week.
Can you share that story?
Nah, I don't want to share that. Story.
Okay, I'm over it.
I'm over it.
Okay, Randy, thank you so much for
mean,
coming. It's the end of the
Do
episode.
you want anybody
it is
to
10:40.
A lot of people.
A lot of people.
So y'all just trying to walk me
no,
into.
not that many.
You didn't
people
have to say names.
Nobody listens.
We just want to hear the
names. If I say
situation.
the scenario,
But if you're not gonna, but you weren't. Are you gonna tell the
don't even
scenario?
want to give your Instagram and let people know where to find you.
What?
Do you want people to find you?
No. I'll give y'all a good one. I'll give y'all a good one.
Okay.
All right. So I bought a boat this summer. All right.
But
I bought a boat. I bought a boat this summer. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been at the lake. They have a lot of parties on the lakes. Like they have these house parties where they have like a big houseboats. Lake Lanier. They have houseboats where they have like, it's kind of like a swingers damn near kind of party because when you pull up to the boat party, you know you got to come on the boat. So you pull up, you tie up, they pass all the women out pasties as soon as you're coming on the boat. So we go into the party. I have some friends with me. We go into the party.
Girlfriends.
Some girlfriends.
Okay.
There's some guys there. I got some girls with me. We go into the boat. So this dude is walking around. He has this pump thing. This little it's like a little pump. So I'm like, yo, what is it? No. I asked him, I'm like, yo, what is it? He's like, yeah, you know this? It pumps the pussy up. So I'm like, for real? So he asked the girl that I'm with.
You do.
He's like,
Rated intimate.
You got a pussy pump? Okay. So listen. I just found out about this shit like a month or two ago.
It's amazing. And it vibrates.
Wait, it pumps up. It makes the clit so big.
Yeah.
So look. So the dude asked the girl that I'm with, that's with me. She's like, yo, you want to try it? So we looking crazy. So what he does is he licks the thing.
Because it has to get some section.
Yeah. As soon as he licks it, she's like, hell no. Nah. So he was like, well, cool. Laying on the sofa right there. There's like some more people sitting right there. And he says, this dude just sitting there with his wife was like, hey, come do it to my wife. Right?
Were these white people?
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
So he's like, yo, come do it to my wife. He walks over, he pumps her pussy up. That thing swells up. So now I'm kind of wanting to have sex now. You know what I'm saying?
Just kind of.
I'm ready to have, I want to have sex. So me and the girl that's with me, we kind of creep on to the houseboat bathroom and start having sex in the bathroom, not knowing that you can't really lock the door. So some people,
But he ain't had no cocktail.
People were opening the door. And when we come out, we thinking don't nobody know. We walk out the bathroom, everybody in the hallway like they were listening.
Were y'all loud?
I suppose.
Were y'all drunk?
Definitely drunk.
Was it amazing?
Had the best experience ever. It was lovely. I stayed on the lake the whole 2 months.
Randy,
I stayed on
why
like
did you
2 months.
sit here and try to act like you didn't have an amazing, phenomenal sex story? Why did you just do that to us?
I got a lot of them.
You came on a whole sex show and I don't got no story. Yes, the fuck you do.
I got a lot of them.
So you'll be back. It's safe to say you'll be back?
I have no problem coming back. I'll share a new story for you.
I love you.
I'll give you one.
I'm jealous of that girl that was with you on the lake house in the bathroom.
Well, you know, next summer,
maybe I'll be getting
back
my
on the lake
pumped by the white man that licked the.
I don't know. You got your own pump.
I got my own pump.
When
I'll
last
just
time
bring
you
it.
used
I didn't use. It's too much work, honestly. If you're doing it by yourself, it's a lot of work. And I was like, oh God. It's just under the sink sitting there.
The pussy pump
I
vibrates?
used it twice. I have the Rated Intimate sent me a pussy pump that vibrates. So while it's pumping your pussy and making it plump, it's also vibrating.
Have you seen this before?
Did it feel good?
I
missed that part.
It feels good, but like I was telling Randy, it's too much work if you're doing it by yourself. I was doing it by myself, so I was trying to get the suction and get the vibrate, and it was falling off.
How does it work? Is it like a perfume pump type of thing?
It's just like that.
Okay, what about the vibration? Is it a button that you push?
You just turn the vibration on. And then it's vibrating, but you got to get a good suction. It's very.
Do you have to hold it, or
you gotta
does it
hold it
get
until it sucks on? And it needs. That's why he licked it, because it has to be a little bit wet. It's better if somebody else does it. If you're doing it by yourself, I looked crazy, but it felt good when I finally got it to suck on.
Okay, one more question. Do you think?
And
that
you also
it would
need to have a wax.
Do you? Yeah. Do you think that it would have been awkward if you would have had the pussy pump if you were by yourself? Like, was it just awkward because somebody could see, or was it awkward because it was just awkward positioning?
No, I'm saying it was awkward because I couldn't get it to latch on. It was too much work. It wasn't awkward. It was just too much work. It would be better if you're gonna use a pussy pump to have somebody else put it on for you and pump it, and you just lay back. It's because the crease in my leg was getting crease too much, and then it would get the air in, and then it would fall off. It was like somebody else controlled my pussy.
That thing made that pussy get fat. I'm telling you.
It was crazy.
I saw it.
Oh, you seen it?
Yeah, I gave it to her.
Oh, you gave
She
her the
didn't pump my
I didn't pick it out, but like they sent us everything. They sent us everything together. We split up the stuff, or they sent it to her. However it went that particular time. But like I've seen the pump. I know what it looks like.
You just haven't tried it.
That wasn't on my wish list. I prefer the toys that suck your clit. That's what I like.
Yeah, that's what I've been finding lately.
You can put them in the tub. You can have them in the shower. I have one that just stays in my shower.
Just by staying on the clit.
Like
you don't even have to go past that.
And you just put it on your clit, and it can do like pulses, waves. I have one. It's really good. It's what is it called? I gotta think of the name. If you go to ratedintimate.com/cocktails, it's the very first toy on there.
Not the Travel Pro.
Not the Travel Pro, but it looks like a wand. It kind of looks like a remote control. Anybody who walks in, my grandma came to visit me, she would think it was a remote control, but it's not, and she better not fucking touch it. But it has the pulses that come through. Like I put it on my clit, right? And it will put pulses of air on there. And then there's another button, and it starts vibrating. And that shit'll have me done 3, 2, 1 in like 34 seconds.
It'll just sit on there while you're having sex.
And then I'll be like, fuck niggas. I don't need one.
You have to hold it on there.
No, I just hold it like this. Like it's kind of like jacking your dick, kind of, because of the way you have to hold it. It's like a long thing. So just imagine like a long thing. It's not big, and you just sit it right there, and you just like.
And then if you do it in the bathtub, oh my gosh, it's game over.
I did it in the bathtub. I had my bath salts. Yeah.
You can't
fuck with
waterproof. You can't have a sex toy that's not waterproof.
Yeah.
Bitches be in the
fuck a cucumber. We know about a real toy. Okay.
Okay. So obviously we've gone well over our time. Randy, you really don't want people to find you. You don't want to this is like the time to plug something. You don't want to do that though. It's totally fine if you don't. Y'all
just get the chicken wings from 11 Trees Pub. That's what he let me have, and they were good.
Randy
Caribbean
will be back.
Raspberry sauce.
Y'all gonna see him, but we have a very special guest behind us.
He wasn't our guest, though.
He wasn't our guest.
In.
I saw him outside in yellow and was like, wow, you're bright in yellow with bright teeth and jewels in your teeth. If you guys want to see me on a show, make sure you tune in to USA Network every Thursday at 10 o'clock and watch Temptation Island. And you can find me tempting niggas all day, every day. What's up? Follow me on Instagram at Coffee Bean Dean.
And if you guys want to go on a date with Medina, make sure that you DM me, because I will set you up on a blind date. Maybe if you meet my qualifications for her, you have to be willing to talk about it, but we can work all those details out. Just DM me at Kiki Said So. That's my Instagram and that's my Twitter. And if there's anything else about the show that you guys want to know, or you want to inquire about, or you want to advertise or work with us, Cocktales, COCKTALES.ATL@gmail.com. Hit us up, and if you have an interesting offer, we'll get back to you. Other than that, you guys, we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye. Randy.
What?
I don't have no cocktail. Well, let me tell y'all about this one time I was at a boat party and niggas was swingers.
Yeah, you gotta
pumping pussy.
You gotta walk better.
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 I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Wait on the track. Bye. 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 Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Population.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 On the track.